Hey guys, good morning. It's William here with Patriot Containers. Today's Thursday the 14th. It's been a while since I made a video. My dad was in town visiting our kids. The topic of this video is basically all these companies that say they're not brokers are actually brokers. They're saying that as a sales pitch to say, oh, all the bad companies are brokers, but we're not. We're nationwide. We're this, we're this, we're this. And they are actually the brokers of cargo containers. They say it as a negative thing about everybody else, but they are actually brokers. The point being here is when you have a company that's screaming how big they are and nationwide, they have like one headquarters or one main office. But then they buy and sell containers all over the United States, and then they have drivers in each location that they can deliver from. So when you have companies that are basically saying brokers are bad, they're actually the brokers. You can't be a huge company with no inventory and drivers that don't work for you without being a broker. So when they're saying they're nationwide, it's kind of a dead sign that they are brokers. So that's just something I wanted to talk about. I've been going through some major personal stuff in my life with marriage and stuff, and figuring out like what the future has for me. And it sucks. It is what it is. But you got to get through it. But yeah. Sold a lot of containers this week, a lot of new ones actually. But yeah, a lot of these companies that are nationwide, we're the biggest, we're the most reviewed, brokers are bad, we're not brokers. They are brokers. They're using tricks and tactics to make them sound way better when they are actually guilty of the exact same thing of what they're talking bad about. When it comes to cargo container companies, where you have a good company is based off of morals and standards of how they actually run their business. If you have a company that only buys damaged and as is and maybe wind and watertight containers, but they're not selling you the cargo worthy or IICL, they might say they're selling that. But then when you look at their complaints and pictures, that's not what they delivered. They sold it to you over the phone, but they delivered wind and watertight, damaged, or as is. And if you watch my previous videos, I go through all the tricks, how they get away with all this stuff. Trying to figure out like a new topics to talk about the cargo container industry to keep these videos coming. I still study with what the bad companies are doing to you guys and how they're getting away with it. I read the complaints of what the customers are saying, and then I read the bullshit answers that the company says, and then I read with what the customer says after that as well. And it's all repetitive. The thing that will always be changing is evolution of how these companies are growing and making up new tricks to say over the phone to make a sale, but not do with what's right for their customers. Like next day delivery on all containers, it's free. We're nationwide, lifetime warranties. If you don't like your container in 60 days, you can get your money back. It's never ending, and it's always growing. And then once they get up to lifetime, there's going to be another sales pitch that is going to be false. And I'm waiting for that to happen so I can start talking about it, start educating people about with what these companies are saying, what they're doing, and how they're getting away with it. So, yeah, I'm trying my hardest. I don't want to sit here and tell you how I do this right, because it's so simple and it's like really not that hard. I simply, if you call me, there is zero pressure to buy anything. Zero. I won't ask you for your order. I'm going to try to help you and actually tell you the 100% truth of what you're buying, what it can look like, and give you my advice on what you should buy. When that happens, you have two choices. You can either think I'm a liar, or you can think that the lies that you want to hear are the truth, and then you can go buy from them and learn the hard way. Or you can go, you know what, that guy sounds pretty genuine. I'm going to put my trust in him. Once you want to put your trust into Patriot Containers, it's up to you whether you want to place an order. Again, there's no pressure. I'm not here to light a fire under you. I'm not here to say, what's your credit card number? Let's get the ball rolling. I just don't do that. I've been doing this for so long where I don't believe that that is the right tactic in order to make sales. I understand it's as a salesperson making a commission, yes, you have to do that. I'm a business owner. I'm here to help you. I'm here to do the job right. I'm here to where when you place an order with me, you can put your trust into Patriot Containers, and everything that I've said is what is going to happen. Once you are ready to place your order with Patriot Containers, I have an order form. I'm old fashioned. I don't use computers. I print documents. And I have a paper that I can look at, and it says everything I need to know about my customer, what container you bought, your address, everything. And once I'm taking your order, there's going to be a total price. Now, that total price could be just the container. It could be cash on delivery. It could be you can pay for the container and pay my driver cash. That part is all negotiable as long as both parties are happy, Patriot Containers and the customer, and also the driver as well. During this process, I call my drivers and I go, hey, look, I got a container going here. What day can you do it? And he tells me with what day he can do it, or she. And as long as you're okay with that date and I'm taking your order, you will be put on the schedule. If you don't place your order, I will not put you on the schedule, because it's not cool to do that to a driver that's trying to make a living, and all of a sudden he thinks he's going to deliver something and the order was never there. It's just not good to do that to drivers. Some of these bad companies that I'm warning you guys about, they're notorious for doing that to their drivers and then not giving them the information they need. And then the drivers are pissed off, and it's happened so many times that they won't do deliveries for these companies anymore. I know how this industry is. The shipping lines know that I pick up my containers very fast. They do not sit there for 30, 60, 90 days. They're going to be picked up typically in under 7 days. And a lot of times when I buy containers, I tell the shipping lines, hey, this is going to be picked up on this day. This is going to be picked up on this day. And it just, honesty goes a long way. It also creates a lot less problems. If you're always lying about everything, you're going to have the biggest shit show of problems. I mean, I'm delivering 5,000, 8,000 pound containers. They're huge. And if you don't do this correctly, it's a mess. And 90% of companies that sell these are a complete mess. They sell a dream. Their process is a nightmare. If you watch my videos, and I'm so repetitive and I'm so sorry, but it is what it is, and I do this better. It's not a sales pitch, it's a fact. And I'm not a conceited person. It's just, I believe in everything that I'm telling my customers, and I provide an insanely better service than any other company in this country. And the reason why is I put my customers first and I put me last. My drivers come before me. The shipping lines come before me. Everybody is safe except for me. That's why I've been in business for 11 years and I only have 3 complaints. If there is any problem that I have created, I eat the money and I don't pawn that off to my customers. I provide a real service of accountability, and my products are good and my delivery dates are accurate. I even have drivers that deliver on the right time of the day, not just the date, the time. Some drivers, no, but some drivers actually say, hey, I'll be there at 1 o'clock, and they'll be there at 12:59 or 1:05. That's good enough for me and good enough for the customer. Some drivers will say, hey, we'll deliver in the morning, and they show up in the afternoon. But hey, that sucks. At least they delivered in the right day. It kind of sucks if somebody takes time off of work and they want to be there, then they want to go back to work. That's annoying, but that's why it's nice when you have a container to be delivered. Pick a day that you're actually free, Monday through Friday, and it'll show up. Now, that being said, on the bad companies, you can take the day off. You can drive 300 miles to wherever you want that container, and a container's never coming, and it never was. It was never scheduled. And then they'll tell you it's going to come the next day, and you'll do all that over again, and it won't show up. And they have a lie for this, a lie for that, a lie for that. It's automated responses that they tell somebody, and it sounds like it's not a lie because you've never gone through this before. But I know this industry, and I read the complaints. The real reason these companies aren't delivering on time is because they didn't do their end of the bargain. They told you to trust them, but they're not trustable. So anyways, that's it. Yeah, a lot of these nationwide companies that say they're not brokers and only brokers sell as-is containers. It's funny. What they're saying about the other companies is literally with what they're guilty of. They say they're not brokers, but they are. They say only the other companies sell cheap junk, but that's what they sell. And they just paint this picture that's like, it's almost like whatever they're saying about the other companies is actually with what they are. It kind of sucks for me because I'm saying it myself because I know it for a fact, but I started my business because I used to work for companies like that, and I do not. Like, if you have this category of crappy companies, I want to be as far away from that as possible and not even compete with them, because I know with what they're saying, I know with what they're delivering, and I know that it ain't going to be delivered on the right day. So if I don't want to be this, how do I be different? It's very easy. Do the exact opposite. Tell the truth. Don't sell crappy containers. Show up on the right day and cover everything so a customer doesn't have to do anything. All they have to do is take a couple phone calls of communication, boom, 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 done. And that's it. And I don't know the truth. Not everybody needs another container. They just want one, and they'll never get one ever again. I treat every customer as, if I do everything right, I want them to call me back. If I do everything right, I want somebody to come by and say, hey, that's a good looking used or new container. Where did you get it? Oh, got it from Patriot Containers. Call this guy. He was very good. That's the service I provide. So most of my customers, they always call me back. And repeat business is amazing. I love it. And repeat business is earned. You don't get repeat business if you make a bunch of mistakes. You'll only get repeat businesses if you've done everything right, you're accountable, and you're trustworthy, and you just earned it. You don't get repeat business by $100 Amazon cards. You don't get repeat business by taking 3 months to deliver. You don't get repeat business if you sell rusty old junk with holes in it. If I deliver rusty junk to my customers, do you think somebody's going to go, hey, where did you get that crappy container? I want one. No. The nicer the container is, the more people are going to see it, and the more repeat business you're going to get. Anyways, guys, nationwide companies are brokers. They're telling you that everybody else is brokers. They can't be a nationwide company that delivers everywhere. They don't have inventory. They are a broker. They are exactly guilty of what they're saying they are not. So, anyways, guys, have a good one. Thursday, my son's first, second year in school. His first day's today. My daughter's tomorrow. So, anyways, guys, have a great one. Bye.